Hey, this is Coach JR, and I wanted to guide you through the progress tracker. What I want you to do before you start watching this video is go ahead and print out the progress tracker sheet, because I want to make sure you understand exactly how this works. Because really, what is the point of doing our system if you're not going to make progress? So get that printed out, put the video on pause if you have to, and then come back and we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to go through every single exercise in the progress tracker just briefly, so that way when you actually take the test, you're going to know exactly what's coming up. But I wanted to make a point before we start. There's about 12 different exercises in the progress tracker. It starts off pretty simple and gets harder and harder and then physically more demanding. You're going to go for 1 minute on and then take a 30-second break. And I'm going to remind you during those 30 seconds what the next exercise is. We're going to describe exactly how you count your reps so you know exactly what you're doing. But the first time you do it, trust me, it's going to be hectic. When you get started with your progress tracker, I want you to make sure that you have your sheet laid out, a pen right on it, and then I want you to have water next to that, because you're going to be drinking and recording what you did, and then you're going to watch what the next exercise is. So that way you make sure everything goes smoothly. The final point I want to make is don't expect to make it through all 12 exercises on your first go. It's only about 20 minutes, but it's a tough 20 minutes. You're going to go for a minute, you're going to take a 30-second break, come back, and every single time you're going to go as hard as you can for a minute, and it is tough. Sometimes your form on the ball is going to completely break down and you're going to get frustrated. My advice is don't. Do the best you can do. That's literally all we're trying to do. Because the next time you come back, you're going to see progress and you're going to have a big smile on your face. So just do the absolute best you can do, record where you are now, and I assure you that the next time you take it, you're going to be happy with the results.
The first thing I want you to do is get used to the progress tracker sheet. So get that out in front of you. You can see it here on the screen. If you notice down the left-hand side, there are 3 different blue columns. Those are beginner, intermediate, and advanced. What they represent is the number of touches or repetitions that our athletes who we've been training get based on their level of development. So it's just a rough estimate, but it'll give you an idea of different patterns that you're good at and maybe other patterns that you're not as good at. Now let's move to the right. What you'll see is a list of all of the different exercises. There's 12 different exercises in total, and you'll see it starts with inside escape and then finishes up all the way at the bottom with burpees. Now next to inside escape, it shows you how many touches you should get for every repetition, and you'll see what we mean by a repetition. Then underneath that, you'll see that there is 4 different columns running vertically. One is in purple, and then the next one is in white, and the next one is in purple, and then again the next one is in white. And you'll see within that very first purple column, right next to the advanced blue column, you'll see that the first exercise, inside escape, has a spot where you can put in purple and total. And that's exactly where you're going to record your very first attempt at this progression tracker. Okay, so for the first exercise, it's inside escape, and you'll record just the purple. The reason why it says purple is because we use a purple cone to count. You might put down a sock or you might put down a different color cone, but essentially this is the starting position for us. Underneath inside escape, the second exercise is star circle 4 corners, and you can see that each time you do a star circle, you'll get about 15 touches per corner. Now, instead of saying purple, it says corners. So you're going to count the number of corners you make it to during this exercise. And so on, and so on, and so on. Now, what I want you to know is that all you're going to record is, for inside escape, is purple. Afterwards, then you'll do the multiplication after you're completely done with the test. On star circle 4 corners, all you're going to do is write down the number of corners you get to. The next exercise is inside tick. All you're going to do is record the number of ticks that you do within that exercise. That way you can do the math afterwards when there's more time, because you only have a 30-second break. Let's go ahead and take a look at our very first exercise, and it'll probably make more sense. The first exercise is called inside, inside, escape. The first exercise is called inside, inside, escape. Now, inside, inside, escape is 5 full inside insides. And an inside inside is a touch with your left foot and your right foot. So you'll do 5 inside insides, and then you'll do an outside of the foot escape touch across the grid, and then do 5 inside inside touches again and come back. Well, if you do the math on this, you'll see that 5 inside insides is a total of 10 touches, but then you touch it across the grid, and on the other side of the grid you'll do about 5 inside insides and then touch it back to the starting position. This is all you're going to count. Every single time the athlete comes back to that purple cone, which is the starting position, he will add 1 to his count. So he does 5 inside insides, goes across, 5 inside insides back, and that is 1 repetition. That is inside, inside, escape. The next exercise is star, circle, 4 corners. And you can see with star, circle, 4 corners, the idea is you do a pull back with the bottom of your foot and an outside touch with the outside of your foot. Then you push the ball forward after you complete a full circle and go to the next corner. When you get to the next corner, if you notice, every single time you're going to change feet. So at one corner you'll do your left foot and you'll spin to your left, and the next corner you're going to do your right foot and spin to your right. This is star, circle, 4 corners. Now, every athlete will spin a number of different ways and get a number of different touches. But we're assuming you're going to get about 15 touches every single time you do a complete circle. And remember, you have to do a complete circle before you go to the next corner. So whatever way you are facing when you get to the corner, you have to get back to facing that way and then go to the next corner. So you're going to write down just the number of corners you complete when you're done with your minute test. The next test is inside, inside, tick. And this is just like the first exercise where you just go inside, inside, and you're gonna do 5 inside insides, but then you're gonna tick it behind your left leg. So very quick touches, and that's a little tick behind your left leg. You're gonna do this for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna tick and go behind the right leg, and you'll see this happen in just a second. All you're gonna count are the ticks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside insides, and then tick it, and you're gonna count that. On the video, you'll notice tick, that's 1. 5 inside insides, tick, that's 2. Now he's gonna reverse directions, tick, that's 3 ticks. Tick, that's 4 ticks. So every time you do a quarter turn and you do your tick, you're gonna count 1 time. That is inside, inside, tick. The next exercise is a squat and kick. We want your hands out in front of you to help you sit tall, and you're going to think booty down and chest up. You're going to squat down and try and squat to about where your thighs get parallel with the ground. Right here, this athlete is a little bit high, but he's doing all right. Each kick should be about waist height, and you're not kicking for power, just to make sure that you're getting a nice kick out in front of you and your form is good. The idea is to do it as fast as you can with great form. Notice how his knees are not buckling inward, and if you were to look from the sides, they're not traveling too far forward because he's sitting back and down. All you're going to do is count every single time you squat down and get a kick. So every repetition you're counting 1, and that's what you're going to record. The next exercise is inside star escape. So inside star is a pull and a push with the inside of the foot, and then a pull and a push with the other foot. So if you pull and push with the right and pull and push with your left, and you do that 5 times, you're going to get 20 touches. After those 20 touches, you push to the other side, and you're going to do an escape touch. So notice he pulls on the last one and escape touches to the other side. On the other side, you're going to do 5 inside stars, and then you're going to come back to the beginning. All we want you to do is count the very beginning. Now, since there's 2 touches per inside star, you're going to end up with 40 touches every single time you return to the purple cone. So this is inside star, escape. The next exercise is triangle pull turn. We want you to face the outside of the grid and do a triangle. This is a pull, push, push, and a pull, push, push. So you're going to complete 2 triangles, and then the third time you pull, you're going to pull across the grid and turn and go. So pull, push, push, pull, push, push, pull, and go. You're going to count every single time you return to your starting position. So a triangle is a 3-touch combination. You're going to do 2 of those and then a pulled across the grid, so that's 7. And on the other side, you'll do 2 more triangles and a pull across the grid. That'll create 14 touches every time you come back. But all you're going to record is every single time you come back to the starting point. The next drill is samba. And this is one that you want to pay attention to. It's just a basic hat dance, but then you have a touch behind. So it's right foot, left foot, and then you're going to step behind with your right foot and touch behind your left leg. And then you go left foot, and then touch behind with your left foot. Seems complicated at the start, but once you get your rhythm, it's very easy. This is a 6-touch combination, and all we want you to do is count every single time you successfully touch behind your right leg with your left foot. So this is samba. The next exercise is kickouts. Kickouts are just running in place, except you're going to flutter kick in front of you about knee height. Don't snap your legs so that way you're doing wear and tear on your knees. Just nice and easy, light on your feet, and go as fast as you can. Every single time you kick out, you're going to count. So every single kick counts as 1. The next exercise is called Advanced Star River Dance, and we just call it River Dance because it kind of looks like the play Riverdance. They're amazing dancers, and this looks very similar. What you're going to do is pull the ball back with the bottom of your foot and tick it back forward to create a V, but the V goes behind your opposite leg. So pull with your right foot and then tick it behind your right leg. Pull with your left foot and tick it behind your right leg. So you just go back and forth and keep a nice steady rhythm. You're going to count every single time you pull with your right foot, so that way you get 4 touches per pull. All you're going to keep track of is your right-footed pulls though. And this is Advanced Star River Dance. The next exercise is called the triangle escape. So it's the exact same as we did before, facing outward, but you're going to face forward on the grid. And with your inside foot, you're going to do a triangle. Remember, a triangle is a pull and push with the inside of your foot and then push with the other foot. So it's a pull, push, push, pull, push, push. And then after 2 triangles, you're going to pull and then do an escape touch with the outside of your foot to the other side of the grid. So pull, push, push, pull, push, push, pull, and escape. And then on the other side of the grid, make sure you start your 2 triangles with the inside foot. So that way, after you do your 2 triangles, you're going to pull and push with your inside of your foot back to the other side of the grid. This creates a total of 16 touches per time you return to your starting position. So just count how many times you get back to the starting position. The final exercise is inside star, outside star, advanced star. You're going to use the outside foot, the outside of the grid, and you're going to pull and push with the inside of your foot, and that's an inside star. And then you're going to pull again with that same exact foot and use the outside of the foot, and that's an outside star. And then finally, you're going to pull with the bottom of the foot and tick it behind your inside leg and let it run across the grid. And that is an advanced star. Then on the other side, you're going to use your outside foot again. You're going to do an inside star and then pull across with an outside star, and then pull back behind your leg and take it across the grid for the advanced star. This is our most advanced pattern in this video. So inside star, outside star, advanced star, and all your counting is when you return to the starting position. The final exercise are burpees, and burpees are a 4-part combination where you stand up tall. You're going to reach down, touch your hands to the ground, kick your feet out to a push-up position, bring your feet back to your hands, and then leap over the cone to the other side of the cone. Every single time you do a burpee, it counts as 1 repetition. These are really tough, and you should be very tired at this point, so don't expect to do great. This is a highly conditioned athlete, and I think he finished up with 20 or 25 in our last testing. So if you can get over 20 burpees after doing all of that other work with the proper rest periods, you know that you are very fit. Good luck with the burpees and great job on the video.